Alrighty team, g'day, welcome to another edition of gold at record highs, all-time highs. Gold keeps on keeping on. Those who constantly be calling for a pullback just don't see it happening anytime soon. Gold is absolutely off to the races. So guys, as always, welcome one and all, hope you're all well, and without further ado, let's get this show on the road. So as always guys, a good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening, no matter where we are around the world. Welcome to another edition of the London session on a beautiful spring afternoon here in Melbourne. Well, early evening. Lovely day here today, so welcome one and all. As always guys, we are here to look at the charts. We are here to have a look to see what we can come up with moving forward on mainly gold, but we also will have a look at some currency pairs as well. So as always, we will do the analysis starting with gold. Any questions, any charts, anything you'd like me to have a look at, you guys know the deal. Just pop that into the chat and I'll get to you guys shortly. In the meantime, don't forget YouTube, please. It's very important that you guys help me out here and smash that like button. Really need those numbers to go up. We have been struggling to get those numbers up on YouTube. TikTok, you guys also know the drill. If you could just smash that screen and let's get the masses onto the stream. I'm sure I will eventually hop on over onto the stream shortly. Meantime guys, let's have a look at the news. Let's start with the news and see what we have scheduled moving forward here today for our session. All right, so today is a Wednesday. All right, so we had some, all right, well that creeped in. I didn't know that was out yesterday with the Fed chair speaking overnight my time and the Governor Bailey, Bank of England. I'm not too sure what came out of that. There seems to be some more perhaps trade wars to do with trade wars. Not sure. Again, I've not paid attention to the news, to be honest. I only had a look at the charts just briefly before the stream. Anyway, in regards to our session here today, nothing of high impact. As always, anything could pop up at any moment in time. Moving forward though, in semi session, nothing as well. So it's all, again, tomorrow we have some more high impact news and I will be on stream for that particular news event. That is the GDP for the pound as well. So something to look forward to moving forward tomorrow. But guys, let's get cracking and let's have a look at the gold. And starting on that weekly time frame, and look at that. Look at that thing of beauty. Absolutely pumping all the stars is gold. Who knows? Will we be at 5k by year's end, guys? I did say 4k was my target, but obviously we're smashed through that. So I think 4.5 is well and truly in sights, guys, and it could happen. I mean, it could happen in the next few weeks the way we're going at the minute. Gold just continues to keep on keeping on. So we are strong bullish on the weekly time frame. Daily strong bullish. Don't have much of a low wick though. So what we're going to do is mark in the current daily candles low. What we're going to see is there any sort of catalyst for us to even consider a sell below that point there? So what we have is the higher low, higher high in current daily candle. So therefore, if we were to continue bullish, guys, there is not really much of a need for us to pull back down and break our own low. And if we did so, then perhaps there's going to be an opportunity to get involved in sells. Otherwise, what it could just be is a bit of a liquidity grab in order for us to grab enough volume or trigger enough volume to head back up to once again attack the highs. Onto the 4-hour time frame here, also very bullish. We are bullish across the board. I think I need to even mention that. I think you guys already know. High low, high high in the current candle. We are about to close. So again, everything, it looks like we're still trending to the upside. There is nothing yet to suggest any sort of potential pullback looming. All right, on to the M15. We have flipped the structure back bullish here on the 15-minute time frame. Technically speaking, it will flip back bearish, not too far down. You got to be below really 41.72. Doesn't mean I'm going to be selling it, guys. For me, it's all about the buys here on gold today. So that is the Asian session to date, the Asian session range high. So we're just going to mark in that level as a minor level. I'm going to mark in the most recent levels of support here. And it's a very simple one moving forward here today on gold. So we'll just remove that daily low. We're far off it. I'm only interested in buying it, guys. Doesn't take a rocket scientist or a genius to work that one out. So it's either going to be upon continuation above the high is the first potential option. And yes, I would take that trade because we are trending. There is volume. We are definitely moving. We're not, you know, consolidating. Just made a decent move up. Now the second option is going to be upon the pullback. Now whether it comes back down towards 41.75 or, you know, has to come back down to that point there if we're going to push deeper, make a deeper pullback. So I'm going to be focused on that zone between 41.72 to 76. Aside from that, if we do pop down a little bit further, I'd also be contemplating that 41.56 sort of region to 41.50 for some potential opportunities to take a buy upon that pullback. So for me, definitely not interested in any counter trend sales. Again, I'm going to trade in line with the trend, with the bias, with the structure, all those good things, and it's a higher probability of a winning trade if you are to do so. So for me, I'm definitely all about the bias, guys, on the gold here today. It's just a matter of whether it be above the high or upon a pullback to one of these two levels of liquidity. Make of that what you will. Hopefully it makes sense. I think it's a pretty simple one to follow. Make sure, guys, once again, YouTube, smash that like button, TikTok, hit that little screen for me. And how about we look at the pair which I've not really bothered with of late. We will have a look at it. Let's have a look at GJ, see what's going on here today. I'll use a chart which I did send into my members group just recently. I will just hide that and we will do the top down analysis. What we can see is the weekly once again. Previous weekly I did mention yesterday, call that a weak bullish candle. If you're to mark in the fib from top to bottom or bottom to top, we've closed below to 50%. So I would suggest that's a weak bullish candle. What we're going to do is mark in the current weekly low. We have created a bit of an upper wick and we're going to pop that down. We'll hide these drawings in. We'll go down to the daily time frame here. Daily rejection on the previous daily candle, closed back bearish. If we were to break the low of that previous daily, do see potential for price to continue to the downside here onto the 4-hour time frame. And I would consider this to be bearish in structure now on the 4-hour. So we've got the daily, we've got the weekly, we've got the 4-hour bearish. The bias is definitely bearish here on GJ. 30 minutes also bearish. So therefore, guys, bring up the drawings again. I would preference the sells moving forward here today. Whether it be, you want to drag that down a little bit lower, 201, 247 for sells below that support and is a 4-hour support, or whether it be upon the pullback. So let's just zoom in here. We did approach the low of yesterday's candle and pop below that weekly low. I would all look for potential opportunities to take a sell. Like to trigger in some buys prior to that point though, trap those buys, begin to pop below, and then look for a potential sell option. Now aside from that, what we can see is the daily. Well, the daily will actually flip back bullish if we begin to break the high of the current daily candle. Let's just remove the drawings again. We are at the moment forming an inside bar candle. Above that resistance, we do have some clean traffic to the left, so could look for some potential counter trend buy options above that 202, 330 in anticipation of a deeper pullback, where we could potentially look for some sells from higher up around that 202, 70 sort of region. So that is my idea moving forward on GJ for anyone who may be interested. Last but not least, let's have a look at GU quickly, another chart I sent into my members group. Once again, we are quite bearish here on GU. We've got the weekly, well, it's flipping back bullish, but still, previous weekly was a strong bearish candle. We've got the daily, it's got a high, low, high, high to the previous. We are hopping back above some support here to the left. So if the counter probability is being bullish, I would argue there's potential for it to continue to the upside, but it is at resistance and it is strong resistance. We are technically at this rate still bearish here on the 4-hour time frame. I'd want to be above this level in order to confirm a structure flip. So seeing we are at the resistance and we can bring it up, the 30 minutes also still just technically bearish. As long as we respect this resistance, I would argue we're bearish. I'd rather be above that level in order to look for buy options. So for me, I'm all about the sells in GU. The good thing is it has formed some support below some 4-hour resistance here, some minor support. So now that is the potential entry point for the sells. You have a very good level, get involved in the sells. You're at the 4-hour resistance. You're at a daily resistance. You are bearish in bias. So if price was to begin to populate 133.448, I would be looking for a potential sell option below that point there. Buys above 133.665. Once again, want to trigger in some sellers, trap those sellers, close above, and then look for a potential buy into the clean traffic up to 33.850. And that is pretty much my opinion of GU. Hopefully that makes sense. And now, guys, to you, one and all, welcome. All right, YouTube, first of all, seeing there's not many of you on the stream as always, but I do appreciate those who are loyal to the stream. Tony Gold, mate, you're a legend. Hope you're well. Dean, g'day to you, and welcome to the team, by the way, mate. New member of the VIP. Start, yep, with the course. Nice one, mate. And well set out and easy to follow. Appreciate it, mate. Yeah, try to make it simple as possible, but expect questions, mate. So as you get through the content, do not be shy to ask. I'll tell you this much: those who do send me messages querying things, asking for feedback, asking me why is this way, why do I prefer to see this happening, are the ones who progress faster and the ones who are more likely to become consistent, competent traders. So don't be shy to message me. And don't be shy to pop it into the group as well, because others will learn from that. A lot of time people are a bit too shy to ask questions. I used to be like that in my previous group until I realized it was in my best interest to ask. So don't be shy, mate. But welcome anyway to the group. How's the corner? G'day to you. All good here. Hope you're well. Franco, good morning, brother. Lau, good morning to you as always. Steve, same names. You guys are legends. And Carl F. Thank you, my friend. Hope you guys are well. TikTok to the 70 plus of you on stream. Welcome. Oriola, thank you for the sticker as well. Appreciate it. Thank you to new followers. Now, quickly have a look through the chat. Let me quickly set up a Zoom call for my team just before I forget. I'll quickly do that and then get to you guys on TikTok. All right, tickety talk. What is going on, guys? Welcome. All right, let me have a look at TikTok chat. No NFP this month, TMZ. Is that correct? Could be. Not sure if it's because government shutdowns, or is it every month? Pretty sure it is every month. I could be wrong. Yeah, I'm not great when it comes to news and that type of thing. All I really focus on is gold when it comes to news and what's going on in the world economy, but not so much the US news, although that obviously does impact gold when you're trading it against the US dollar. Sasha entry, there is none just yet. Again, I've spoken about what I want to see here on gold today. Either buys above the all-time high. I like the fact that we're triggered in sellers at the moment, so if we were to trap those sellers, close above the all-time high, I'd be more than keen to look for buy options. Otherwise, buys upon the pullback, so it'd be towards that 41.72, 75 region, 41.70, or lower down 41.52 to 56. TMZ 55 USA have moved the target to 5,000. It was recently announced. Okay. Yeah, I think gold is well and truly on the way. Again, my thoughts are 10,000, 20,000 into the future. Not saying it's happening anytime soon, But I mean, who knows the way gold has been moving. Who me get out to you? You've been TMC, you've been in from 34.19. Nice one, mate. Great work. I mean, even on a 1 cent lot, you'd be well up. You'd be well over a K in profit. User, how do you think for sell 41.9? I'm not interested in selling it. And I'm not sure. I know what you mean by that level because you're thinking a psychological round number. But I mean, it just burst through every level where people would think it's going to pull back from. To me, I'm just trading it with the trend. I'm not interested in trying to pick the top. But I can understand your thoughts. 24k pars. No, not necessarily. Just wait and see for my plan to present. If it does present. TMZ 55 after what happened last night at all-time high. I'm not entering anymore. All my positions are still running. Oh, nice one, mate. If you don't need to force any. A lot of long-term holders are still long ones too. Gold is overbought. Yeah, but it's been overbought for how many months now? For how many years now? Just keeps on keeping on. So again, I'm not at all scared to continue to buy it. 24k pars. This is the M15. Dive just lost a trade in that previous M15 closure above, then it pulled back on gold. All right, mate. At least you obviously managed it, so didn't let it go to blow your account, which is a good thing. TMZ, they're aiming for 5,000, so we'll definitely continue before huge retracement. Yeah, I think 5,000 is definitely on the cards. I'm not sure if it's going to happen this year, but I wouldn't be betting against it, that's for sure. Michael Hughes, 30-minute. This is the 15. Do I know why I went bearish Tuesday? Still have no idea at all, but obviously it closed back very strong bullish. TMZ, Tuesday went bearish due to big guys taking profits, taking out most buy orders of stop loss. Yeah, it could have been a bit of a hunt for just to grab some more liquidity, but yeah, not sure. Wasn't in a trade to the sell side. Did get a trade to the upside not long after the stream. For those who were paying attention, I did mention what to look out for and it did present. I did call it out into my members group. Hopefully some of those guys took advantage of it in the trade ideas section, and it was a really quick one. Yeah, yesterday we got the pretty much bullish engulfing what I was waiting for. I was keeping a bit of an eye on it while I was off preparing dinner, and I managed to get involved in that buy. So called out in the members group about 15 minutes or so after the stream, looking at something similar potentially here in just under 7 minutes, but I need to wait for the candle to close. Oriola, thank you once again for sticker. Nonfi as well, appreciate it. Always sending me stickers, I appreciate it very much. Thank you once again. TMZ, before huge push towards all-time highs, Asia will be pushing a lot since September to now. Asian session has been cracking. It's been really good for the most part. Not traded it for the last few weeks though. TMZ, strong resistance at the moment. Yeah, I don't think it's confirmed strong resistance, but it could soon be, who knows. Michael Hughes, awesome, thank you. TMZ, London manipulation will start soon. Asia has been setting up the trend beautifully. I've just closed the trade. Yep, sorry, read that before. NFP didn't happen this month. It's supposed to be the first Friday. Oh, okay, is that due to the government lockdowns? Or shutdown, sorry. I've closed above. Yeah, I know. You're talking about this, obviously. Yeah. There's not been moved to next month, which is November, first Friday. That has now been moved, sorry. TMZ, okay. Harry, what are you predicting for gold in next 4-hour time frame? No predictions. Again, I'm waiting to react to my plan. So my plan is to wait for a nice strong approach to the all-time high, preferably a closure above it, and then I could be looking for some buys. Otherwise, the pullback. TMZ, it has a huge impact economic wise, gold will keep rising unemployment rates, FOMC and be huge. Yeah, but gold for the most part just does its own thing of like, irrespective of the US news. Yes, there will be short, sharp pumps and dumps in accordance to the news, but it eventually just corrects and continues bullish. Dive would have taken those buyers of support like an algo. Just here I would have, and that's a liquidity grab. Right below, tapped into the support, went up to break the high of that bullish candle. That's something I speak about quite often on the stream. Back of that, I definitely would have been considering it, and would have been a massive stop loss as well. So that's something I would have considered a buy from these lows. Well, let's see guys. Now a few issues here. Stop loss again. So likely, like I mentioned yesterday, we're going to need to wait for the following candle to create decent lower wick. I would preference it closing above here, the following candle retesting, and using that as the stop loss, and then looking for a buy above the high upon continuation. So let's see if it will present. TMC 10k closed just above, just before the drop, all-time high last night. Huge profits. Nice work. Udad Edu Dancer 1 is that indicator that has mapped out the yes, correct. In accordance to my parameters, so I've stopped it at the Euro Open. Technically speaking, the Asian session is still well and truly open. One judge on starts in 50 minutes. Correct. This session opens in technically 50 minutes. Destiny took a buy from 4111, and I'm still holding. Good work. You're in some nice profits. Hopefully you are trailing your stop. W order block. Black profile picture. Carl got a good buy on gold overnight, being good trades late UK times, early morning. Woke up to TP hit. Nice one, mate. As the corner, when do you think the pullback will happen on silver? I want to get some as well, but once again, I have no thoughts as to when it will happen. I'm just trading it, or not trading it. I just DCA when it comes to silver. I bought some more. Obviously, I bought some on stream yesterday. Showed you guys what I was buying. That payment's gone through. It's been confirmed. So I just DCA because I have no expectations. It doesn't necessarily have to pull back. It's been dormant for how many years? It's just recently broken its all-time high, and I have conviction and do believe silver is well and truly on the way to triple figures, and I do believe it will eventually get well and truly up towards that 500 plus level, even close to the 1k level at some point. And similar to gold, not saying it's happening overnight, not saying it's happening this year or in the next few years. Probably a wait and see for, you know, the end of the decade into 2030, mid 2030s. But by no means am I selling any of my holdings when it comes to silver. Tommy, good morning to you, mate. What I may consider doing once the ratio gets down towards that 1 to 20 again, should be a 1 to 7, because that's how it comes out of the ground compared to gold. I will start to swap some of it into gold. A bit like what people do with the crypto. They, once the altcoins pump and outperform Bitcoin, eventually they swap it back into Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is obviously the king when it comes to the crypto, and gold is obviously the king when it comes to the metals. All right, 1 minute, guys. Let's see. We want to close above. Now, if it does not close above, the next idea could be, and it all will come down to price action on the following candle. If the following candle pops straight up, not buying it, not seeing a buy stop, what I'd be doing is waiting for it to pop back down again, create a low wick. It would have no need to pop back up and break its own high if it did that. And if it did so, there's a high probability this pullback was to grab some last little bit of liquidity in order for us to shift and create another push to the upside. So that is, again, something I'm familiar with. Otherwise, I need the closure well and truly above the body anyway of that bearish candle. But preferencing it above the resistance. We have right on 10 seconds. Let's see. Sleaze, I'm not sure if full name is, but Sleaze, yep, thank you for the sticker. All right, so we've popped straight up. We didn't close where we want to close, but this is good. We've popped straight up. Don't want to flip. It's flipping. Not quite, actually. It hasn't quite flipped yet. So we want to pop up, break the resistance, then pull back and flip. Flipped. All right, we need to wait. Rules are rules, guys. I create the rules for this particular entry. It's not ticked off, so no FOMO. But pumps are pumps. There is nothing I can do about it. I need to reassess if that is the case. Best way to trade is have the rules, create the rules, and the rules aren't just create out thick air. These are rules that have, you know, tried and tested and have proven to work for me over more than 8 years of trading now. So that's why I stick to them. All right, back to the chat. Destiny's Gold going to pull back below 4,000 soon. No idea. I don't have a crystal ball. To be honest, I would love for it to do so, because picks them up at a cheaper rate, at a discount rate, and that would also mean silver will likely fall with it. Cam, I just to tap these highs. 24k pars. Is this gold? How can I join your community? This is definitely gold. Links are on my profile page, mate. Time frame is the M15. Ben Taylor, gold correction is going to be tasty. Yeah, to be honest, I'm not anticipating. And if I was a betting man, I think we go up first before we pull back. And I think we head towards that 4,500 before there could be any sort of significant pullback. I mean, I could be wrong. Just because that's what I think will happen doesn't mean I'm just buying it now, expecting it to go to 4,500. Because it's just not what I do. I do in... almost said the word, which would probably get me banned. I do hold physical, both gold and silver. A lot more silver than gold though. M15. After Redin? No, this is not NQ. This is spot gold XAUUSD. Longing, I'm looking for some long options. Mihai, you're looking for sells on DAX. It's at a 4-hour resistance. Let me quickly look at it. I've not looked at this for quite some time. Let me look at the top down. So the weekly previous was bearish, current weekly lower high, lower low, split back bullish. At some strong resistance though, really strong resistance. Daily close bearish, leaving a long lower wick, so perhaps we grab downside liquidity, but we want to probably be above the previous daily high. 4-hour. The 4-hour on this particular broker looks like it has room to the upside still, so I'd be marking that resistance. I'd use this bearish wick as support, even though I normally wouldn't, but I'll see you adjust it on the 15. It is the low of a bullish candle, so that would be okay. Let's use that level. We could even adjust the low now. To me, it's not at the 4-hour resistance just yet. It's just broken above a resistance. It's not really moving though, so look, if it breaks its own high again, similar to what I mentioned on gold, that would not be that bad of an idea to buy it, to be honest, because it's obviously broken a high of that previous liquidity candle. It's a liquidity candle for a few reasons. Well, first of all, it's left a low wick closing up near its high. Long lower wick, sorry, suggesting it's grabbed downside liquidity. It's tapped pretty much into, well, it's tapped into this level of consolidation. Another reason why I refer to it as a liquidity candle is because it broke the low of that previous candle. It would have at one point had a lower high, lower low. So therefore, if it was to continue bearish, there would be no need for it to pop back above, and let alone close above that previous bearish candle's high. So that's also suggests it's grabbed downside liquidity. So if the current candle begins to break its own high, I believe there is more upside potential here on the DAX personally. As far as sells, I don't see any clean sells, to be honest. You're selling it back into consolidation. It could just pull back and bounce off any of these levels. I'd rather wait for price to make a clean move down, look for a buy, or buy it above the current candle's high personally, or sell it from higher up. That's just my personal opinion of it. Sebastian, good day to you, mate. Hope you're well. You're long since 24133. Nice one, mate. Wow. Good work. Somewhere around here. Nice one, mate. Sure, as you are aware, just don't give back the profits. Make sure you are safely at, or either at break even. I'd be well and truly trailing the stop into profit. I will look to short DAX around 24,420-ish area. Setup happens 420. Yeah, that's a better area. Starting to tap into consolidations, accumulation zone to the left, which price off, it's like a magnet, these levels of accumulation. So I can understand your thoughts. Gold, all right, so let's keep moving on it. No entry just yet, not taking any impulse above the high. Did not tick the box for that. Destiny, thank you for the stickers. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you for the support. Geroti, when to enter XAU. Well, again, I've spoken about it. I want to be either pulling back to support at 41.76 to 70, that sort of region, or 41.56 to 52, or above the high one at 41.93.80 roughly. Cam just 3 tapped these highs and made head and shoulders. I don't trade patterns. Trade price action. It's like literally candle patterns within itself. Signals like engulfing, things like that. I don't trade head and shoulders and that type of thing. That boy T, would you buy now? Personally not. Again, it's in tick the box. Are you a mode? Not for me. I'm not interested in selling gold. User, don't trade equities. Sebastian, you also think it's going to run until then? Yeah, I think it's a fair enough target, to be honest, when it comes to the DAX. Dong, my bias is very bullish, extremely bullish here on gold. Compare their bullish place to top. Bullish, bullish, bullish. Carl, you got 24,420 area and 24,60 marked potential sell. Yeah, I think that is pretty much what I'd be. I was trading the DAX. $60, yeah, up here as well. Fair enough. Gotta put in the work before I actually consider trading it. I did mention a while back I would consider trading it, but without watching it properly, because I'm always focused on gold. DAX is a beast. It's move. I mean, when you think gold moves, DAX isn't just shits all over it. To be honest, excuse my French. DAX makes gold look like just a major currency pair, basically, for the most part. It moves. It really, really moves. So once again, what I can do and what I will be doing is do a little segue. Let's test it online. I will be testing the DAX out at some point thoroughly to see if I can come up with a game plan that would best suit it. For me, I think I'll be focused on the 5-minute time frame when it comes to the DAX. Once again, guys, I did drop a video yesterday. Please watch it. It has not got enough watch or interaction at all, especially on YouTube. TikTok's had a few views. YouTube not enough at all. I will drop a link into a chat. If you could please watch it at some point, leave a comment, and if you are interested, obviously there is a discount code, a promo code for anyone who is interested in purchasing the software, the license. There is a discount code in the description below for that particular video. But it's not just about the product, guys. What I do cover is I cover the interruption candle entry, which is a favorite of mine, a favorite of our team, which I speak about quite regularly on the stream. So that will give you the real insight into what to look out for the interruption entry. So make sure to watch it. Just dropped into the YouTube chat. TikTok, I can't post links into the chat, but I did also post the video onto TikTok and I pinned it to the top of my profile, so make sure to have a watch of it. Giving away some secrets in that video. 10's Studio, are you looking to buy once it clears the top level on gold? Potentially, but I'm not buy stopping it. Dong, entry target, I mean, I would just manage it as I see fit. As far as an entry level, I've spoken about it multiple times. It's either upon the pullback to support or above the high. Carl on DAX, you trade it rarely, but did catch a lot of the big drop. Nice one. Silver looks interesting for buys on M15. Yeah, it looks similar to gold as it often does. Well, not quite fill that gap, but yeah, so obviously with the strength of the current candle, what I'd be waiting for to confirm an entry on silver would be that bullish engulfing. If it was a weak bearish closure, then I'd look for the impulse above the high. If it's a stronger bearish closure. Difference between silver and gold, look at silver here. So we're actually above that resistance. Now, let me just remove the drawings. Gold, we are not. Gold, we're a bit below it. So had silver formed a weak bearish candle just above the resistance, I would say it's a really nice option to buy it. Gold, we're actually below, so we need to be above it in my opinion. Dong, all good. And also TikTok, guys, don't forget, jump across to the YouTube stream at some point. You get the full screen, guys. You get the layout, you get I mean, it looks a lot better. You get the numbers, you get the everything. It's just the better stream. Just in case you go missing on TikTok as well, you never know if they get stricter with it. Sometimes they do. I've been banned before. So make sure jump across. It's the exact same profile name, guys. You cannot miss it. I'm streaming live on YouTube at the minute as well. Yeah, so do jump across. YouTube, guys, I did ask a question at the very beginning. No one's answered it. Let me know. Have a look at the top. You don't have to scroll back too far. The chat doesn't really roll that much here on YouTube. Did ask, gold to the moon, or are we going to come crashing down? So let me know in the chat quickly. Help a brother out, guys. I need you guys to help me out. And TikTok, for that matter. Let me know what you guys think of that question as well. Creatine loading, guys, so gotta get the creatine count up. Ran out of creatine when I was overseas, but for the last 3 weeks I've been without it. Best supplement out there on the market. Been clinically proven. It's the most studied supplement as well. Only side effect doesn't really concern me because I don't have any hair anyway. The only side effect is it could potentially increase the likelihood of hair loss. Otherwise, good for your organs, good for your heart, good for your brain, very good for your muscles. How's the corner? So Carl, you've voted to the moon. I agree. How's the corner? It's going up to go up until the government is back up the states. Then yeah, that actually is not a bad point. Yeah, overall I agree. I think that's a pretty good point. When they do reconvene, don't be surprised if gold and those sort of safe haven assets pop a bit of a, I mean, it's a bit of a everything market at the moment, so everything is pumping basically. But don't be surprised if people shift money into like the Nasdaq tech stocks, more crypto and that. Don't be surprised if gold, silver make a bit of a pullback when they reconvene, but it'll be a very short-lived one, that's for sure. And I agree. I think it's still heading well and truly to the moon at this stage. Totus, go to you. Remember when I was calling 38? Mate, I've been calling 40 for how long? So well done to you, but I've been calling 40 for well over a year now. And silver. Who remembers? How long have I been tooting the horn of silver, guys? Who remembers? Some of my team will know. I've been talking about it for years. I've been accumulating it for years. Your gold stocks have gone nuts. Yeah, nice one, mate. Nice one. My silver stack has gone nuts. But I want it to... I'm still accumulating it because I have conviction that we're still heading further north, well and truly further. Watched them live on stream yesterday. I'm not talking about the paper stuff too. I'm talking about physical. Totus, will you hedge out or sell it up when feel the top is in? I'm definitely going to keep the majority. My plan for it is to, once the ratio, silver to gold ratio, gets to the point where it's around that, I mean 50 to 1 will be interesting, but I'm aiming for 20 to 1. It comes out of the ground at 7 to 1, so that's where it really should be. I do believe we'll eventually get back towards that 20 to 1. Once it gets there, that's when I will start to swap most of my silver into gold personally. But I still will keep some of it because there is more upside potential for silver than gold in terms of percentage gain. It's hard to obtain. It is getting a lot more difficult. I've noticed my bullion dealer here. They used to have about 5 or 6 pages, more, 6 or 7 pages of silver coins, bullion, all that stuff to purchase, and they're down to like 3 pages of stock only. And some of the main sort of earth meat coins, which is obviously local Australia, are very hard to get at the moment. Heard that in the States it's very hard to get silver eagles and gold eagles for that matter. You're paying enormous premiums, and here as well I've noticed paying a fair premium. But I was happy yesterday's purchase. I got it for $86 in the end, which is pretty good. I mean, its spot price is 80. That is the most I've ever paid for silver, physical silver. But again, not bothered, because I do believe we're well and truly going to head further north. 1 to 80 at the moment. Yeah, I think it's 1 to 70 something. Could be 1 to 80. Let's quickly check it. What is the current? $79 to 1, approximately, to $85 to 1. So obviously fluctuates. Yeah, so low is 79.83. It's high is 80. Yeah, so you're looking around that 80 mark, just to round it up. Yeah, so you're correct. Still heaps of room. Yep. I mean, 1 to 50 is where I'll probably begin to maybe swap some into gold, just a little bit. But the majority is once we get to that 20, and I'm holding until, and if not, doesn't matter, because it's still gonna be worth a lot more than what it is now, and I will not bother me. I still believe if you're talking about is it a good time to buy gold, I'm not talking about trading wise, I'm talking about to accumulate for long term. I do believe it's still a good time, even at these all-time highs. I believe that this thing will continue extremely bullish. Toast, we at least hit 1 to 30. There's insane industrial demand for, yep, industrial and also as a monetary metal. So silver is both. It's an industrial metal and it's also a monetary metal. It's been heavily bought up by the likes of China, the BRICS nations, Russia, India. Very hard to obtain at the minute. Yeah, I'm huge when it comes to silver. It's not just solar, it's used in weaponry as well. Not sure, I can't remember how many tons it takes, but is used in the building of a bomb, atomic bomb. Not atomic bomb, sorry. Just a missile atomic bomb. It's a fair portion though, it's a lot of silver. Gold Sniper, is this year yet to trade gold? Got any gold bars? No, I don't have gold bars. Wish I did. Under the bed, mate. If only. We definitely won't be storing it under the bed. Tommy Solar buy, right now nothing. I'm still preferencing the buys though, for sure. It's always used in everything. It's used in phone, everything, all electronics. Will have some sort of, I don't know if silver in it. Might only be a fraction, but it will have something. Some will have a tiny bit of gold, but majority will have more silver. Toast, you should look at miners if you can handle volatility. That, yeah, silver miners. I was considering starting to put money into a silver miner ETF. just so you're involved in a basket of silver miners. The reason being is, for me, I'm not familiar enough with the different miners, and I'm working out which one is probably of good value. So therefore, if you choose an ETF, you're just getting a basket of obviously the miners. So that's probably the best bet for myself and for anyone who is interested. They definitely are of higher volatility. Silver is highly volatile, but the miners itself are even more volatile. They will dump hard and they will pump very hard as well. 24k USD stream every time you're trading on the charts. Not every time, no. I do trade away from the charts, from the stream, sorry. Do have a group and I do trade with the group. No, I haven't been as much because I was away, but I will be starting up again. I do call trades when I see fit. I obviously call one yesterday in a group, which is a really quick, easy win on gold. Totus, as long as gold can maintain its levels, maybe if there's a pullback, the miners are like, yeah, that's a true. If gold's going to continue, then the miners will also continue. What a new cologne today. I'm not sure if I could smell it enough. Maybe my nose is already used to it. 24k powers. Do you call them on stream or just for members? Yeah, I'll call them on stream if I see fit. I mean, we could have one in 3 minutes, guys. Gold's starting to push the upside here. We want to be above that resistance. Bear in mind, we've got 15 minutes. Well, once this count closes, 15 minutes until the session opens. So we want to be above again. We want this to engulf. So keep an eye on it, guys. We are beginning to push. We could have a potential entry shortly. How do you like yesterday's flush, gold and silver? Fantastic, to be honest, because I live on stream bought some more silver when it dumped. Physical silver I'm talking about. Bought another, just an ounce yesterday. Sometimes I buy multiple ounces, sometimes just one, sometimes a small bar. But yesterday, because we are at these high levels, I'd rather just DCA by probably an ounce, maybe twice a week or so. Totus, thank you. All right, gold. So 2 minutes, guys. We could have potential buy options here. Once again, let's just measure this. What would stop loss be? We're still pushing, so we'll likely, same scenario applies, guys. We're likely gonna have to wait for a closure above, and the new counts tap back into this zone of resistance, preferencing it tapping back into the range below, and we'll have to trust that as our stop loss. So let's focus on the gold, guys. We potentially could have an entry in on the open of the new candle. G, nice one. You're still on a buy for 39.79. Nice work, mate. So what I'm doing is focusing on what the highest point of current candle is on my broker, and that's 41.9405. So potential entry could be a couple pips above that point, but we could still create a higher high. Yeah, we have. Going to be one of those quick ones, guys. 41.94. 20, I think it is now. It's 41.94.40 could be a potential entry. It's pushing even higher now. Alright, it's gonna be quick, guys. We need to wait for a low wick, and that's gonna have to be used as stop loss. Otherwise, stop loss is gonna be way too wide. It's gonna be a really quick one. High is 41.94.30, 41.94.50 would be a potential entry. Not seeing it just now. I'm waiting for a low wick to form on the new candle. 10 seconds, guys. Need the new count to create a low wick. Otherwise, you're rolling with a 70 plus pip stop. If you're happy with that, lower the lot size. All right, we want a low wick. Breaks the high first, we need to wait. Needs to create more of a low wick. All right, so it's broken high. I need to wait for it to pull back. Wait for it, patiently pull back, and then the buy stop will be above the high of the current candle. So it'll be 41.94.62 roughly. Not set it just yet. Waiting for this count to pull back a little bit lower. Alright, what would stop loss be just now? I need a tiny stop. It's tempting to take an entry just now. I might take a small entry, guys. Alright, so I've taken a small entry. My entry is at 85. Entry's at 75, sorry. Whoops. Alright, I've gone for wider stop, but I'm going to start managing a stop pretty quickly. So we're pushing. There we go, I got 15 pips. I'm going to get to break even, guys. Going to get to break even, and I'm going to secure 50% at 20 pips. Job done. Nice and easy. So I've secured 50%. I'm going to let the rest run. Just a quick scalp, guys. Reason means because, again, really could have had a stop loss here, and that's your 1-to-1. For me, I used fixed lot sizes either way, so got more than 1-to-1 off the back of that. I'm just going to let the rest run and see how we go. Nice, quick, easy job done, guys. Well done. If anyone took it, again, these are quick ones, guys. You need to do your best to follow along and execute only if you understand, because the way gold is at the minute, it is so quick, so volatile. You don't understand it, it is very tricky to trade. So let me see. Likely stop loss on the runner might be hit. Yeah. Yep. There we go. Done. That was quick. I was just taken out. Or was I? No, I was taken out. How was I taken out? I don't think it got back to that level. Well, apparently it did. So it's a quick little small win, guys. So that's 2-0 for the week for me. Screenshot that. And that goes into my trade journal, which is for my group. So the group get access to that. It's an interactive journal. I do also post the video and attach it to it, so the guys get an idea of why I took the trade. Why is it not loading? Why is it not? Typical. Social researcher, goodness, how complex. I have no idea what's going on. Thank you, take care. All good, mate, no worries. Hey, well, Hick Z12, obviously a buy, I've just taken a buy. So researcher, no idea. All good, mate, no problem. It's complicated for most people what I do, but a lot of people understand it and a lot of people make it work. Daniel, been in buy since 41.05. Congratulations. I've been in plenty of buys and making some really nice profits. Tommy, so my run has been taken out already. Stop loss would have been eventually dragged up to the entry candle. So my run is out, guys. Making a quick small win. Plus 20 pips. Yesterday was 26. Why is it not in learning? And nice quick win before London Open. NASDAQ, let me look at it after. Jim, how are you trading? Scalping. Don't even reckon we break 4,200 later, possibly. Yeah, I think there's a good chance we will. Michael Hughes, I make it work. You're doing awesome. Thank you, mate. I see someone enjoys it and appreciates it. For the most part, I cop shit, so with an 80% win rate, go figure. Calling it live. Not hiding or sitting on the fence, calling it live. And still cop shit regularly. Wow, look at it now. So if you didn't go to break even, you're currently running, what, about 23, 24 pips. So nice work if you still have the position open. Not a bad idea. I would probably target 4,200 psychological round number. Obviously, there's no data to the left. But again, just scalping. Nothing wrong with holding it to the moon, because at the minute, that's pretty much where we're going on gold. I'm not sure why it's not loading, guys. For my team, I'll try. Oh, let me do it now. I won't post it in yet, but I'll just have it sitting there. Where is it? My trade journal. Wow, look at it pump now. Alright, so at least you know it's there. Yeah, so look at it now. You got 26 plus pips on the table. 27, there you go. There's 30 plus. Wow. Let's have a look at silver. Looking like it may fill that gap. Silver could be a good buy at session open. Lau, thank you. Nice one, mate. Tommy, nice one. Smash the like button. Yeah, would appreciate it. Again, don't get enough love on YouTube, but it's all good. Tommy, your TP's 4,200. You're gonna buy from low down. Well, it looks like you're gonna hit that in very quickly. Is what I'm trying to say. You're gonna hit that in no time. That means at win 127 for the stream with 32 losses. What does that make us out percentage wise? 79.87. So, oh, creeping back up to that to that 80%. Been in some fantastic form though on stream. We've been on a pretty good winning streak of late. Simple, obviously missed a lot of streams, but prior to that, and obviously now coming back, continuing on with our winning ways, guys. So well done. Good to luck. Thank you. Still, where should I place the full TP? I'd be targeting 4,200, but again, there's nothing wrong with holding some partials. Thing is, we're buying it high up, guys, so that's why I chose to take partials, get to break even, and accept. I've taken some decent profits off the table on it. I've had a good week so far, yesterday's trade and today's trade. And it's just how I roll. I trade. So trading, I'm happy to, I'm not greedy. I take profits when profits are on the table. Accumulating, it's a different story. I'm holding it. So been buying in from, I've bought gold positions, physical gold from way lower down. Way lower down. Even my most recent acquisition was at 3,500 physical gold. Silver, like I mentioned, I've been buying silver since it was about $20 US. And look at it now, 52. So I'll have a look at NAS in a second, William, by the way. Ravi, what are you saying about 97% bear candle? Nothing, mate. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Daniel, people cry when they don't do it themselves. Good stuff, bro. Thank you, mate. Michael Hughes, 41.90. Nice work, mate. So you're well and truly in profits as well. Toast, a lot of hero shorts are getting stopped out. Yeah, a lot of people trying to pick the top, and I think it's reckless. It's a stupid thing to do. Really stupid thing to do. Yep, William, I will look at NASDAQ. Just quickly get through the rest of this chat. Promise you I'll have a look. Look first, then leap. No strategy is shit, as long as it works for you. Exactly, no strategy. 100%, I agree with that. 100%. It is so true. There is no one strategy that's better than another. It's just whatever works for you that is the best strategy. Yumi Sab Q, bot platform. This is trading view. MetaTrader 5 to trade on. Michael Hughes, 4200 is where I'd be targeting personally. Toast London Sharks, they just dump paper and keep them stops tight. Yeah, be wary. We do have London Open approaching, so it could possibly happen. 24k pars. Do you think it will go higher? Yeah, I do think there is a good chance, but London could affect that. Daniel, again, do you do feeler trades often back? Look, not often, but I have done. Not, yeah. Just also on gold, because we're so bullish. So if gold taps into level and forms just a decent support, sometimes I will take an early entry. All right, so let me look at NASDAQ before London Open here for Daniel. All right, so quickly looking at, we are obviously forming pretty strong bullish candle in the current weekly. And once again, this is something you often hear me say, and probably only hear maybe me say on this stream. Obviously not on another stream, but you might not hear many other streamers say this. We have no lower wick. You often hear me say we don't necessarily need a lower wick, even though a lot of people are saying we're going to come back, build that gap, grab that liquidity, create a lower wick before we head back up. Not necessarily, guys. As long as any pullback within this current weekly candle is met by support, previous levels of support, buy a step back in, form support again, and push this thing back up, we're likely to continue bullish without creating a lower wick. Daily, weak bearish candle closure, downside liquidity grab, closing up near close to a high that it's higher than it's low. I'd be marking the previous daily high. If we break that high, likely destination is the all-time high. 4 hour is in fact bearish in structure. So we do have daily candle bearish, do have the 4 hour structure as bearish, got the weekly candle as bullish. Currently at some 4 hour resistance, now onto the 15. So all right, so 15, I would argue that's bullish, and it will remain bullish as long as it's above this support here. Just remove that to the downside with fair distance off. So for me on NASDAQ, what I'd be focused on is buys above this resistance. If we do begin to pop above it in the uptrend, there's a high probability that we're heading back up to the resistance at 24,858, that sort of region. So that would be a potential opportunity for me to get involved in buys if I was to trade it. So buys above that point there. We are trending bullish within the current daily candle. What I'd like to see, and what is good to see so far, is we have triggered in some sellers. If we were to now close above, trap those sellers, I do believe there'd be a potential option for the buy based off that on NASDAQ. Now, having said that, we do have the weekly. Well, the previous weekly was bearish, previous daily was bearish. We are at a level of resistance. It is a 4 hour resistance, and we've just formed some minor support below it. So I'm just going to need in this zone up. And what I will suggest is that if we were to begin to pop below it, begin to flip the micro, whoops, sorry, what I did there. Begin to flip the structure within the structure bearish, if that makes sense. So it's the most recent support. If we were to continue bullish, there is not much of a need for us to pop back down, break the low. Below it, we do have some clean traffic to the left. Below it, I do believe if we close below that point, we're heading back down to 24,662. So I'll be looking for sells below this support. seeing we are at 4-hour resistance. If it does reject that level, that's where I'd be looking for sells from. And having said that, if it does drop, I'd be more than keen to look for buys from lower down above that 24,660 sort of region. We are now at London Open, guys, so let's get back to the gold. That is my opinion of NASDAQ for Daniel. All right, so gold. Absolutely pumping. No re-entry for me. That was the move. If you're not in it, you just need to patiently wait for it to reset. Mihai, DAX is melting, like I say. Nice one. Good work, mate. Yep. Nice work. You do mention it, so I will honor and praise people who do mention things prior to an entry. So that is cracking work, my friend. Much respect. First, it's not possible to get in anymore, right? Look, it is, but I would wait for it to reset. So what I mean by that is I need it to give me another entry signal. That might be a weak bearish closure here, and that might just grab a little bit more downside liquidity. What I would preference though is for a proper pullback again to that previous resistance, support form above it, and then look for a buy. That is to be the case, your options are going to be buy from support or buys above the candle actually forms resistance, confirms resistance. We have tapped into 4,200, so well done to those who were targeting that point, and well done to anyone else who took some profits on that trade. No name, yep, caught the buys on gold. Unfortunately, my run, I'm not sure how it got taken out. I don't look like it really popped that far back down, but it obviously did. So secured around that 20, and then runner got taken out before it pumped again. But again, win's a win. Iron Shift Daily, thank you for sharing live. Thank you to the 30 new followers and to the 100 plus on stream at the minute on TikTok, and welcome and thank you to everyone on YouTube. So this is all right in gold. I like what I'm seeing here. Pull back, let's tap back in, and if we close weak bearish, there could be re-entries. No name looks like a zone to zone trade broke through. Yep, 100%. That's what you asked me about most recently in that DM, and that's exactly what it was, mate. So I do love it. It is probably my favorite. It's, to me, it's probably the most high probability trade of all. It's the highest confirmation, so as opposed to taking the impulse where you're relying on once it breaks, for instance, if you're looking for a breakout for it just to continue make the move, which would have worked in this case. This one, it's that extra confirmation of the closure out of that range, out above a zone, retesting it and pulling away from it. So that to me is a very high probability entry. Dwight, no sells for me. 24k pars I got out at 4,200 as a liked W trade. Nice one, mate. Good work. Well done, guys. Well done. Just another app. What is the ticker symbol, please? This is XAUUSD, so spot gold. No name, 30 and IC, but is there one? Oh, there is two. This is like the delayed continuation. So the continuation I see, and this is in that video. That's why I suggest you guys watch it. I posted it yesterday on both TikTok and YouTube. It's pinned to the top of my TikTok profile. YouTube, I've actually dropped the link into the chat. Continuation I see is when this happens. Falling candle engulfs by more than 10 pips. In this particular case, we've got 2 candles later, price engulfing, and that's still valid. It's still definitely valid. It doesn't look like it may necessarily pull all the way back to that point at this stage. Beginning to push back bullish. But well spotted, mate. No name, love to see it, bro. How good is that? Thank you, mate. Daniel, thank you for the stickers, mate. Appreciate it. Charlie, would I believe gold fall to? To be honest, I don't believe it will fall, but not at the moment anyway. For me, it's just previous levels, so it breaks out of resistance. That's a good place for it to potentially pull back to grab some more liquidity from, form support and head back up. Whether it be the most recent resistance or the support from 41.85, that could be a potential level. Dino, will it drop? Who knows? Not predicting. Reacting, that's what I do. And we see what happens when I react to my plan. Fat boy, so maybe no re-entry. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. Daniel W stream bro, keep doing what you're doing. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you for the compliment, and once again, thank you for the stickers. Sonny, no, I do sell as well, but we are in a big strong uptrend on gold, so I'm not interested in selling it. Let's quickly look at what else is going on. GJ, nothing really. Consolidating. GU, I did mention potential entry point for the sells. Did mention potential entry point for the buys. I'm not sure what's happened here. Would it give an entry option? I don't personally trade it. I don't like trading the major pairs. To me, they're too boring, too slow. Quickly look at EU. All right, so EU is actually pushing bullish here. That was a level from yesterday, by the way, so that's why that is there. Wow, that's a... Yeah, that looks pretty good. It's continued bullish as well. Some decent sell options below this point here. Rowan, gold short soon? Not for me. No. Never took out low. What low we're talking about? It doesn't need to. Look at this. It's what within all this suggests that we're a short. Is in a massive uptrend. I'm not gonna fight against the trend when there is no real confirmation to do so. We're flipping just now on gold. Still could push further bullish. Sonny, do you buy and hold for a long time? No, I do things differently. So this is trading, so I'm in and out quickly. I do accumulate physical and I don't sell that. I keep that. I've got a grand plan for that, and that's not going to end anytime soon. That is well and truly a long-term proposition. That is probably a decade away. That's physical silver and gold. So that stuff I do not sell. I just accumulate it, buy it. Trading wise is different. I'm in and out. I take profits. I'm not a swing trader. Sometimes I do hold a runner. For me, a runner is maybe 100 pips. But for the most part, in and out. Of late, on gold, a minimum of around 20 plus pips. Again, trading fixed lots, for me, it's a decent return. I'm happy with the return. I am happy with the way I manage things. So runner would have been definitely taken out this time, but it's continuing bullish, and well done for those who are still holding positions. Me, there is no free, there is no FOMO. I'm happy with the way I go about it.
Hey, good morning, Justin.
Hey mate, how are you?
Hey, I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Yeah, not bad mate, not bad, thank you.
So, nice win
Yeah, nice
for
quick
you.
win. Same as yesterday
I
was just the
didn't.
same mate.
Yeah, I had
Yesterday was
some
just,
issues with gold actually. So
yeah,
because it's moving so fast,
yeah,
I'm not putting my hands on. So I'm the opposite at the end. So coming from GU and EU from the major pairs, which are
yeah,
moving
a lot
slowly
slower.
as you mentioned. So yeah, and you need to adapt your lot sizes right now on gold. So
Yep.
otherwise you will burn extremely.
Yeah, well you could get wrecked because it could flip against, it would go against you, drop 40-50
Yeah.
pips in a split second.
And also the stop loss you need to adapt and so on.
Yep.
So yeah, but I think everything what you do is the right thing. I think you have to adapt also your lot sizes right
Yep,
now for this
correct.
trade, correct?
Yep.
Very good. So yeah, and for GU, I'm looking the same as you, looking for some buys above the resistance. And
Yep.
sells above support, below support.
It's just broken through it and create another resistance higher up. Yeah, I think the buys from support now look pretty good too if it does pull back.
Yeah, also correct, because there's margin there.
Yep, for sure. Yep, now I've got a decent range. If it does actually continue down to the support, we'll have a bit of margin to trade it back up. So, bit of a wait and see.
Yeah. So yesterday I take a look on your video for
yep.
Forex tester.
Nice one.
It was very good. So
thank you, mate.
very a lot of knowledge there also for the people.
Yeah, well that's
looking.
why I recommend watching it, guys.
Absolutely.
Not just trying to sell a product. There's actually I dropped one of my favorite entries, the secrets behind it. So definitely worth a watch.
And really, if you can afford to buy the software, so it's
yep.
Big, you're trading to bring to another level.
Yeah, 100%. Well, we've been testing.
What I've seen is that there are two versions. One is the software itself, and then the other one is the online right now. Which
yeah, so this is the online version. That's what I've been promoting. That's what obviously the link is to. And this one is, it runs like TradingView. It's literally the same as TradingView. You got the same indicators, same drawing tools, all that stuff. Yeah, but again, there are a few big game changes here, but one of them is definitely the prop challenge. So you can set the parameters in accordance to any prop challenge you want to test yourself out on prior to you know, spending your hard-earned, just in case you don't pass it. You make sure you can actually pass it. You can test yourself out against high times of volatility like COVID, Brexit, all that sort of stuff. You can import your trade history too, and it will analyze that and give you its opinion of what it thinks you're doing right and wrong and how you can improve. And that is what this will look like. Obviously points to improve here. It's obviously what your strengths are, obviously your metrics as well, performance metrics. So it's a really good toolkit. This particular testing session, it's up what, $374 profit over about 2 weeks. So it's not that much. It's pretty bit percent over 2 weeks, but it's testing. So the best way to go about testing a strategy, testing an edge to see if you can make it work for yourself, is to use a simulator. And this thing is by far and away the best. So easy to use. You can skip through all the data to literally the points of entry and the result, so you don't have to waste your time. You could actually play it tick for tick like a real life chart. You can see it printing just there, like a real life chart.
You can make, sorry, Justin.
Oh, all good. Make quicker.
You can make also 1 minute time frame and having also the ticks for it.
Yeah, every second tick for the 1 minute. Yep.
Okay.
So if you want to try something out in the 1 minute, you can test it out. So it's really good. It's good for us guys, for our group to work on things. And as you know, I've been working hard on testing things out. Yeah. You can see gold is closed weak bullish here. Yeah, I'm not gonna look for an entry above the high at the minute. I'd rather it pull back and retest the zone yet again. DAX for our support. Yeah, okay, you mentioned that earlier too, that you... Wow, look at that. Literally tapped in. Rejected. Well, that's a potential reversal pattern just there. It's got no lower wick, though I would preference it creating a lower wick prior to looking for an entry above this candle's high. Yeah, so that's looking better. If it flips and breaks zone high, not a bad entry. Stop loss would have to be below the entry candle. Your target will be back at the highs. Gutzblauch. Probably mispronouncing your name, but secured for TB. Nice one, mate. Alright guys, give me 2 seconds, I'll be back. J.D, sell? No. Definitely not interested in selling gold at the minute. What else are we looking at, guys? Now we'll be definitely over, and it's still a fair way away, a couple months away to be exact, but over the Christmas New Year break I will be definitely testing things out, and this could be one of them. EA, I'm going to test out this particular pair. It used to be my whipping boy. I used to love trading this. Not trade it for a couple of years now, and I will definitely want to test out the DAX as well, German 40. So that will be for moving forward into the new year, guys. So could have some more options moving forward next year. I may even begin testing them out before that. But I do like this particular pair, Euro Aussie. It is a exotic, so across, and it does tend to move with a fair bit of liquidity, with a bit of volume. So it is something I'd like to potentially pick up again. Gold continuing and hovering around that 4200 region. Alrighty team, well, I think I'm going to get going because the numbers are starting to drop. We've had our trade, had a nice win. Thank you one and all for watching and for supporting the stream. Thank you to everyone who sent in those stickers on TikTok. Thank you to everyone on YouTube. Guys, don't forget to watch that video. It is pinned to the top of the TikTok profile. About Forex Tester. If you want to know anything more about it, send me a DM. I'll send you a link and the discount code for the software. And same applies to YouTube. All that is in the description below, I think, of the live stream as well. But if nothing else, please do watch it. Please do like it. Please do leave a comment. It definitely helps to grow my channel. It's just a good way of showing some support for the stream and what I do for free. How's the corner? Thank you, you too. Guys, take care, enjoy, trade safe, don't do anything stupid. I will be back tomorrow from the same time. Until then, have a good one, guys. And I'll catch you all on the flip side tomorrow. My team, I'll speak to you guys. Catch up a little bit later. See you, mate.
Okay.
See you guys.
See you. Bye.
Bye. TikTok, YouTube. Catch you later. Bye.